video, I have discussed case study on Titanic disaster. Few years later, in January 2003, one more incident took place, in which India lost its most extraordinary daughter, that is Kalpana Chawla. On 16 January 2003, Kalpana Chawla boarded on Columbia Space Shuttle along with 6 other crew members, and we know that no one survived in that disaster. So in this video, I am going to discuss the mid-air disintegration of Columbia Space Shuttle.
Columbia Space Shuttle was launched from John F. Kennedy Space Center. During the liftoff, the solid rocket booster, main engine and orbiter blasted off from Earth. Two solid rocket boosters dropped off after first 2 minutes of launch. They fell into ocean and picked up by boats, reusing them for future flight. External fuel tank covered with a foam material carried liquid hydrogen fuel and liquid oxygen oxidizer. It provided its entire fuel to the orbiter engine, and then it was dropped off over the Earth atmosphere. Now, shuttle was in the orbit and started its journey in the space for 16 days. And at that time, it carried a damage. So let's check out what was the damage.
The foam hadn't struck the fragile black tiles underneath the wing. It hadn't even struck the white tiles coating the bulk of the shuttle. The foam had struck the wing's edge, the area covered by the ultra-strong grey carbon panels. If true, this was a deeply disturbing discovery. The grey panels were so critical to the shuttle's survival that they had been thought to be virtually indestructible. The idea that these panels could be breached had never occurred to anyone. So the investigators decided to reenact a foam strike on the leading edge of the wing. They took the wing off another shuttle and set it up in the lab. Strike after strike, the damage to the grey reinforced carbon panels was recorded. In the end, there was no doubt.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The foam really must have destroyed even this most critical part of the shuttle.
In case of Columbia Space Shuttle, a lightweight foam behaved like a deadly missile against very strong carbon fiber reinforced polymer. So it is important to test the material for all stringent working conditions such as high temperature, high pressure, high speed. In this subject, you are going to learn the standard procedure to test the material.